Hello again, everybody. I do not have any guests today, but I did want to do some cool stuff as far as NFL data. NFL data to run pass, and I know that there's a lot of people that do use the run pass function. So I'm going to show you how to do run pass. Hang on just a second. I'm trying to get my screen share working here. I'm going to share my entire screen. Oh boy, now it's going to get weird. All right, here we go. So what I've done is I already did a text file that I've worked down. And if you look in column H, this is my pass result. So complete, incomplete, I'm sorry, interception, incomplete. S is scramble. No, I'm sorry. S is sack. R is run, which means they dropped back, but they ended up running the ball. So, so there's that. So what I did is I built in, or I created a formula rather. So what I'm going to do is in column N is I'm going to write out my formula, and the formula goes equals if parenthesis or parenthesis H1, which is this cell here, H1. This is the column that I'm coming from, is equal to quote I quote comma, and you see that I'm not going to do a space when I go H1 again, and I do quote C. So incomplete, complete. I'm sorry, I screwed up that second one there. This is supposed to be an equals IN comma equals S for sack, and then do a parenthesis. So we're closing the first bracket, and then so if the statement is true, this first thing, I'm going to put a P for pass. If it's not true, I'm going to just do an R for run. And, close the parenthesis. You see it automatically gives me an R here. So what you can do is you can click on that first box there. And if you see in this lower right-hand corner how this box right here, there's a little square. See how my cross becomes black? I can drag it down, and what it's going to do is it's going to auto-populate to the end of the data field. So then it auto-populates your run pass. So easy enough as that is. What I've also went ahead and did is I created a macro to help me so I don't have to write it out every time. You could save it as a text file and then bring it up every time. But you could also, if you wanted to, is run a macro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new blank workbook. So for me, my data is always going to come into column N as far as where the run pass is going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I click on N. Now I'm going to actually go back is I'm going to click here because I don't want to have to retype out that formula. So I am going to highlight the formula and copy it. And now I'm going to put it in here. And I am just going to put paste. Oh, copy the whole thing. So let's go back here. Let's try this again. So there we go. Now the whole formula is there. So if you want to record your macro, right click anywhere in here, because you probably don't have the developer tab up here. So anywhere up in this ribbon, right click, customize, and then if you go to popular commands, make sure that the show developer tab and ribbon is checked. And then click OK. And then you click on developer. And then you would click on record macro. And all I'm going to do is you give it a name. You can give it a shortcut key. So more than likely, most of your shortcut keys are already used. So it'll give you a Control Shift and then whatever the key is. And then what I do is I will store it in a personal macro workbook and use that. So now I click OK. I hit stop recording. I'm going to close out of this. I'm going to say no. Now if I delete this column, I click on here, I click on macros, I can insert my macro, or I can do Control Shift P. It did not fill my macro, but I have a macro from before that I did. It auto fills it, and then you just drag and drop your run pass in there. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. You'll just have to add your column then. You have to add that column back to your into your heading group, and then you should be good to go. If any of this didn't work, if you got any questions about how it works or any of that kind of stuff, let me know. I'll try to help you as best I can. Hopefully this helps for those of you that had this run pass question, especially looking at, like Ricky Palmer and some other folks. I know that the Hack Brothers had it at the Dolphins, so hopefully this helps you guys with your run pass auto-populate with NFL headings. We'll try to get another group going here shortly after signing day, maybe a week or two after signing day, and hopefully everybody's doing well. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks, guys.